Welcome to Encouragement Notes, the place where you find out who God created you to be. Thank you for joining. Let's get started. Hey, I hope all is going well and you're having a beautiful, blessed day. Today is finally the day that I am going to do a gush session and a review of Rolette's Experience 2026. This year was quite different and really very hard. We lost two of our women this year. They passed away at different times, one in January and one in June, just last month. So it was a very, very emotional time for us all. But because it was very emotional for us all, the leadership decided to take it back to the roots of Rolette's Experience and not have a theme this year and not do all-out themey parties, which was nice because it put the emphasis on not the party but the act of being together all in one room and taking advantage of loving each other and being in a sisterhood with each other. So we started our long weekend on Thursday, the 23rd. And on Thursday we all arrived and pretty much at different times, but most of my friends that I went to go see were already there, and they had already been there anywhere from a couple of hours to a week. I had a friend from Canada who had been in town for a week, and she was going back home right after RE on Monday, and I had a friend that just got there just before I did, and she also went back home on Sunday. So stripping back Rolette's Experience, like I said, was very cathartic and just very emotional, but we still got a lot of value out of it because we still got to learn from each other what could make life better. And what makes life better is having the proper relationships in your life, whether that be in friendships or a caregiver that you have to work with. And we also got a lot of, or I should say that I got a lot of value out of the Navigating the Landscape panel that three dynamic women were on. And one of the women that was on it was Lindsay Yuri. She is one of my Boundless Babe sisters, but she is also a therapist, and she talked a lot about navigating your mental health and doing that as a disabled woman. So often we are expected just to kind of smile and nod and accept the help that we get without acting like we want to ask a question or like we want to ask for something better, or that we just need to take what's given to us because it's willing to be offered, but it's within somebody else's schedule. And so I learned a lot about navigating that, and I did come away with the fact that I need to move more, I need to create more, and I need to put my energy into different things. And I was telling somebody recently, I The word energy sounds a little too woo-woo for me, and I like the word personality instead. So you will often hear that from me because, yeah, the word energy just doesn't sit well with me. It sounds a little too new agey for my brain. But I grew a lot this weekend because I challenged myself to every single dance class that was offered. And I got most of the movement down. One class, Cedric Batio's class, I did not. His class for me was the hardest. And I have to say, though, it was the most fun. His philosophy of teaching dance is, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But at least you're bringing your personality to it and having fun. And so we danced, we cried, and there was a lot of that. There was a lot of joy, a lot of tears. At the pajama party, we sang. Not that there was karaoke, but we sang every song that was playing, and we did like a hypey dance circle, and it was just so much fun. And I know that my thoughts seem really disjointed, but it was just that's the way it was. It wasn't something where you had to go to set programming. And I kind of wanted to talk about what I wanted to bring to this Rolex experience for myself. I have been disabled all my life. I have cerebral palsy. And I was born with it. I was a kid who got teased in junior high school. And if you've been around and you know my story, you know that I lost my best friend when I was 21. And that really shaped my outlook on life back then in 2003 after I lost my best friend, Noelle. Because I thought all of the ridiculousness was getting louder. Like, the ridiculous questioning was getting louder. So I didn't want to deal with it anymore. And so I made the choice to run away from what I feel that God had called me to, which was advocacy. I ran away from that for a good 20 years. Until 2023. And so being back in the advocacy space and being back in community spaces has just been so healing for me. And my uncle and aunt actually went to go visit my mom and I. Well, me very quickly, but they had dinner with my mom. Because it was local to my aunt and uncle. And so when I saw them, I'm like, hi, I'm your niece Marie, but I'm different. So I was like, in a sense, I was trying to be cutesy, but I said, meet Marie 2.0. And my uncle and my aunt, it didn't seem like they got it. And I don't hold that against them because I haven't been around much in terms of seeing that. They're not somebody that I would see week in and week out. So I'm not like taking offense, and I'm not meaning any offense by mentioning it. But I really do feel like a different person from 20 years ago because I am able to present myself differently. And I'm not afraid to be seen in my chair anymore. And this RE further solidified that. I want to be the best big sister that I can to any little girl who needs me. And I know one little girl that I'm thinking of right now. And I love her so much. She is such a bright light and a spunky little kid. And she's not a little, I mean, she is a little kid, but she's not, you have to call her a preteen because she's 9, but as soon as she hits those double digits, all bets are off. And she's already learning like the preteeny stuff. So here, big sister is here for you, little sis. And I just hope that I could be the best example that you want me to be and that your mom and dad want me to be. But like I said, I felt so at home, and I always do feel at home when I go to RE. RE is home for a lot of us. And I think one of my favorite parts of RE was being able to talk to my mentors and just feel like I was different, and them knowing where I had come from. And so I just loved this this format, and I loved that we kept it simple and we kept it all about family. There was a part where I could not handle it. We had on the red carpet night, which was our awards night, we also had a memorial for Addie and Jaina, the 2 women who passed away. And 2 of my sisters sang For Good from Wicked, and I had to walk out of the room. I could not handle it. And this was after Cedric's class, the hardest class that we had taken. And after class, I felt fine. But I think I knew what was coming because I started to get an upset stomach. And I think I started to get an upset stomach because of the fact that I have been through so much loss already, and my soul did not want to go to another memorial. So I felt really very weird being there in that space. So I did walk out during For Good, and I almost left the entire thing, but then I had the courage to walk back in, and I saw that my instructor, my dance instructor that I work with weekly, Marley Page, got a Believer Award. And Marley Page has been, Miss Marley has been somebody who has been working with RE and the Rolettes since 2018. So since Rolettes Experience was called Rolettes Experience. It started in 2012, but it was called Rolettes Dance Camp back in the very, very early days. And so Miss Marley got the Believer Award, and I went in there and I just watched her video, and it was something that was cathartic for me because it made me cry. So being able to cry over that video just made me feel a whole lot better. And you guys, I don't think I could say any more without talking in circles. But ladies, if you have the chance to attend RE, please do, because it will be life-changing. I can't explain it, but yet I can't, because you need to be there to experience it. But to all my sisters, I love you, and I think you're amazing, and let's just keep going for years and years and years on end, and being in relationship with each other and being there for each other. And we need to all, whether it be just one or two of us, we need to all make an intentional decision to start group chats with our friends. And my friend Amy and I, we said we're gonna start being intentional about doing voice notes, because voice notes are quicker than a phone call, and they're more personal than a text message. So, you guys, I hope all is going well and that you cherish every single relationship that you have. But ladies, go to RE. And furthermore, if you are a disabled woman in Los Angeles, please check out our class in Studio City. Our address is 11239 Ventura Boulevard in Studio City. We are located in Studio City Place. It's a shopping center, and there is an elevator, which we half jokingly call the slowest elevator in the world. There is an elevator to the second floor, which is where our dance studio is located. We would love to have you. And again, like always, I will tag the studio in all my posts wherever I put this podcast, so that you can reach out to the studio directly and see what is the best course of action for you to take. So I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Excuse me. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and I will see you soon. Good. Bye-bye. Love you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to any podcast player that you listen to this show on. And thank you so much for being here. See you soon. Bye-bye.